Today's art drawing is inspired by marshmallows and candy.
All right, everybody, so glad you could join me. Well, I'd like for everyone tonight to maybe you're getting home from work and I just want to keep it simple so we can relax. We're going to light this candle, and as we do that, I'd like you to think of a place, one of the most maybe beautiful places you've ever been in your life. Maybe a beach somewhere with a tropical beach with beautiful aqua blue water and white sand, or maybe something as simple as jumping into your grandmother's arms as a child. I remember my grandfather and grandmother owned a farm. My grandfather was a farmer, and just coming into the smell of my grandmother's kitchen, oh man, it was enough to warm you up. Just the love and comfort of that being there with your grandma and grandpa was wonderful. So many of you may be coming home from work tonight, or if you're raising kids, or let me scoot up to the table here. And so you spend a moment with me. That's why I'm glad you can be here. We're using only 2 colors today. We've got our candle lit and we're unwinding. Let's take a deep breath and go to that place of art that we all love and enjoy. 2 colors today. And we're gonna start with this beautiful blue. And as I always say, you guys, make sure you stay till the end, because believe it or not, something as simple as what we're about to draw, I may have to move this candle around a little bit here and there. I hope you guys can see the comfort and warmth in it. We're gonna draw this thing, and in the end, you guys stay tuned, because it's gonna be 9 pages. I've already drawn 8 other pages of this. It's going to be shapes, and you can imagine, just with 2 colors, how could that be anything big? But believe me, I think it's gonna look pretty. So, let's see if I can do something with this one. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here, and we're just gonna draw these simple little shapes today with our blue marker. So it's just basically kind of make almost a heart shape, and then add extra little, like maybe legs or arms to it. Just something simple. See how we're doing? And then maybe let's try a bigger one over here, where you just kind of move your marker, just fluid. You get these beautiful little blue shapes. I hope you're all doing well, and I thank you for joining me tonight. We're just doing a short drawing. This one won't take too long. I just wanted to sit down and spend a moment with you guys and let us all unwind together in this stressful world we live in. We can just sit here with our candle lit. I hope you guys can see that. So you guys can see we've already drawn our blue shapes. We just kind of swirl the marker around, and it's that simple. And then all you have to do is take your orange, kind of trying to keep this candle in there, and we're going to take our orange marker, and we're just going to use little brush strokes and just kind of go like this. Of course, you guys know in every video I'd grab a dry marker. Let's see if we can get one that's got some ink in it. Much better. But dry markers are good. I'll show you that in other videos why. You can make sure you save those, because you can get a little bit of a different effect. And so you guys know that after being here for a few times that, I'm just trying to keep the art simple here on this channel, and try to do art that anybody can try and do. And I just want to pass this down to you guys. I hope it inspires you and you feel creative when you watch this. And I hope my voice isn't too repulsive. I always hope my voice is more soothing and calming. This is a crazy world we live in, you guys. I am glad I lit the candle today. I don't know about you guys. It's been a long, dark winter. Where I live in the Midwest, it just wants to stay winter. It actually snowed on May 1st. I've never noticed it to snow on May 1st, but it did yesterday. So yeah, we're making this drawing. We're doing this drawing live right now. I'm gonna move the candle a little bit, and then we're putting this on YouTube tonight. I don't do that very often, where we draw it that day and upload it that night, but that's what we're doing. I like the shapes this time. Kind of a heart shape. This one's got like 3. This is kind of more, they remind me of these big marshmallow-like things, but the blue and the orange stand out. So you guys can imagine 9 pages of this. But like I always say, and I think if I could pass anything on to the younger generation of artists that are coming up, you guys remember this. If you remember, you heard this from Brent, from the artist Brent's life. Or my name is Brent. I've been doing art for a long time, and you know what I want to leave with you guys is art. And I'll probably say this more often. Art is the sum of its parts. The best art to me is the sum of its parts. So what I mean by that is I'm trying to think of an example like this. Do you see this? How many of these? We're doing little brush strokes here in these shapes. There's not only one, but there's 5 in this case. And when this painting is put together, it'll be 9 pages on the floor. See what I mean? And so when I draw, may seem absurd to some people, but when you sit down to draw maybe 2,000 or 3,000 hashtags, 100 of those hashtags may not be very impressive. But when you get to the end and you've drawn 2,000 or 3,000, that's when things start to stand out. So yeah, if you guys can take away anything from ever watching me draw, besides creative inspiration and just a relaxed, peaceful way to look at life, if you can, is just to take away that it's made of the sum of its parts, just like our Creator gave us. And like if you look at a blade of grass, it's not that big of a deal, one blade of grass. But when you look at someone's beautiful lawn that's cut and mowed and has millions of blades of grass, it sure looks beautiful. Or a big green field. Yeah, so make your art with the sum of its parts. Keep that in mind, you guys, if you can. That's why we do 9 pages of paper. So if I was to just set this drawing off, in front of the camera when it was done, it might look cool, but it doesn't have the same effect when. So we're going to put this together like a puzzle when we're done, with 8 other pieces that are done like it. And we'll see what these shapes and these 2 colors. That's another lesson in that. We're only using 2 colors and just a couple shapes. So you can really make some simple art and make it really look cool. And that's what I want to do with this channel, with abstract art. You're always drawing something. What's more of a challenge, to draw something that doesn't exist or to draw something that exists? Sounds like philosophy. What would you guys think? Sometimes I would think, say there was a horse standing in my backyard, which that actually did happen, believe it or not. I should tell that story. But if there was a horse, I'll tell that in a second. If there was a horse here and you had to draw that horse, you would see the horse, so you would know what it looked like, but you'd have to have the skill to draw that horse. So that's a challenge in itself if you wanted to make it look okay. Or you could do it like Picasso and do it your own way, which is cool. But, or the challenge of trying to draw something that doesn't exist, only using your imagination. That's kind of where I like to go. Either way, art is fun. And we're keeping it simple today, my friends. And I love that you guys could be here to join me, especially some of you younger guys, younger girls that are here. I really appreciate all your comments. You guys keep telling me to keep going. We're almost up to 2,000 subscribers. You know, a lot of you guys said I might be a little bit like Bob Ross, so you know what, I'm just going to embrace that. I don't mind. But anyway, that story real quick. I got a couple more brush strokes to put on here. We'll be done for the day already, you guys. So I thank you for tuning in and being a part of this art family. I really appreciate it. And again, this art channel is built on the sum of its parts, and I'm only a small part compared to you guys who are the viewers. That's the same for YouTube. But yeah, one morning I had my son on my back. He was 2 years old, and you put him on your shoulders and dance around. I look out the window and there's fog, and a guy, I have to shorten this story up real quick because we're putting these brush strokes on here, comes walking out of the fog with a cigarette in his mouth right down the middle of the street. I'm thinking, what is this guy doing? And he comes over to our fence in the back here. We had a little child fence. He's wrestling with the fence, pushing the fence back and forth. I thought we were being broke into. I woke my wife up and told her, there's a guy in our backyard and he's breaking into our fence. And then I look up, and inside the fence is a horse. There's a horse inside my kid's play fence. Evidently the farmer from down the road, his horse got loose, and it jumped inside our play fence and got inside there. So the farmer, it was just a farmer. He was trying to get the horse out of our fence. But I might make that a little bit longer story later, but we're done here today. So anyway, guys, this is our Wednesday night drawing, shapes with the candle. Let's put that over here. Beautiful shapes. I'm glad you guys can join me. Let's put this together on the floor and see how this looks as 9 pages. All right, everybody, here's the drawing that we just finished together at the table. Let's put this last piece in place and see how it looks. As you can see, I have the 8 other drawings that were already done off to the side. Let's see what we have here. Let's put this abstract puzzle together. Wow, I think that looks pretty nice, you guys. I think the blue and the orange complement each other really well. Well, thanks for joining me today and drawing along. I hope this art inspires you and you feel creative. Get your art supplies out and draw something beautiful today. Thanks for watching.